All right, today we're going to check out all of the AD-15's and how they're different and how they're similar, and well, let's just get into this.
Please hold, please hold, please hold, please hold, please hold.
It's my pleasure to present Jimislash.
Okay, so we're going to look at the AD-15's here today, and we'll look at them one at a time, and they're actually in the order that I got them. So we could put them sideways, we could separate them, we could stagger them, all kinds of cool things. But so here's how I got them. This is the first DEMKO I ever got, period. This is the AD-15. This is a true custom AD-15. It's got that extra lock back there, so it makes it even more sturdy, which I really like. I really like that extra lock. I wish they hadn't stopped doing that. But 3V steel, G10 here, titanium scorpion lock here. What they call that, the yoke. When I was a kid, yoked meant you're just jacked, like you're just muscular. Oh, that dude is yoked. I don't know if that still means that. All right, so there's that one, AD-15. And this is the MG AD-15. And there we go. That was actually been signed by Andrew DEMKO. Still titanium here on the yoke. No extra lock back here, as you can see. G10 scales. S35VN on the steel. This is before they started making them in the 20CV. I think they made them for 20CV. So there you go. Check that out. Then, of course, we had the cold steel AD-15. Came out, was it last year? Check that out. Got a little smudgy on the blade there. Let me fix the smudgy. Fix it up a little bit. Yeah, just smudgied it around more. All right, so S35VN, aluminum yoke here, G10 here, and no extra lock, of course, back there. All right, put that there. And then this year we got the AD-15 light. Here we go. Let me make sure. Now, I think the handles on this one are actually Grivix. So, AUS-10, aluminum, Grivix, no extra lock. And that's where we are standing right there. Let me put this out to the side a little bit. All right, so what we're going to look at here, I just want to look at it and kind of talk about one of the things I always like to talk about, and that is value and perceived value and what it collecting versus use. Now, if you're collecting, there's really no way to get around it that this is going to be the most desirable one. You got 3V steel. I don't even think they're making customs of these anymore. I think you have to be a really, really, really close family member or something. This thing just feels good in hand. But value, as far as a collectible, I think you're not going to be able to get better than that. And then further down as you go is the same. Now, if you're talking about in hand, how it feels in hand, this one feels better in hand. I think there's a little bit of difference between that butt end on the grip, because it feels this one feels a little bit looser in hand, as far as gives me a little bit more room, and this one just a little bit tighter. But it's not uncomfortable. But I can just feel it's a little bit tighter. Let's see how that one feels. That one feels a little bit tighter too. Maybe I'm wrong. No, that one feels a little bit more open. Just a tad bit more open. It's got to do with that slant there at the end. Let's try this. It's probably the same as that one. I don't know. That one feels a little bit better. Maybe I'm just imagining things. I don't know. In my head, this one feels better than this one. Now, 3V, of course, just a killer steel. You can just murder that stuff. But what we found out about the S35VN is you can murder that stuff and you can murder the AUS-10. The AUS-10 takes a beating like you can't believe. The S35VN from Cold Steel takes a beating. This one took a beating. This one's taken several beatings, and I've never sharpened it. All I've done to this thing is stropped it, and this thing will still shave. Let me make sure here if I start lying. Oh, yeah. There we go. Now I got a peninsula there on the belly here. So yeah, that's really amazing, and this one's just a beast. I've never really abused it, but 3V's, you can just keep killing it and killing it. And the thing is, it's never had any rust problems or anything. So 3V is like, I think is pretty close to being stainless, but they just can't classify as stainless because it's lacking, I forget what it's lacking. Is it vanadium that makes it? It's lacking enough vanadium. What is it what is it? Is it chromium, the one that makes it stainless? Somebody let me know down there. I got to get up on my steels a little bit more. I'm getting a little bit better. I mean, it's only taken me 5 years to start understanding steel composition a little bit. But I'm still out in the dark on some of it. All right, so if you can just get the knife to use and beat on and be out there, this is the one right here. You're gonna. I think there are. Well, there's a guy I know. I'll leave it. We're gonna check out the end of this video. Towards the end, I'm gonna leave a little blurb up, and I'm gonna show you that Lone Star Optics is having a deal on these, or not a deal, but they have a code. Just check it out. I'll show you at the end. So they're the ones that sent me this. All right, so I got that from them. Here's the AD-15. Just a little bit more expensive. What is it, about $50, $60 more? The only thing you're paying for is the G10 and the S35VN. You're not going to notice the difference. You're not going to notice the difference between those two. I could switch these out in your sleep, tell you this one's S35VN and that's AUS-10. You're going to go out and beat it up the same, and it's still going to last. And you're not gonna know the difference. I promise you. If you think you are, then you're fooling yourself. I cannot imagine a scenario where you would be able to tell the difference between those two steels. This one's gonna last through cardboard. If you decide you want to chop with it, which is fine, this is gonna last through that just like this. I mean, this stuff held up to such a beating. It's just awesome stuff. The AUS-10 is great stuff. I have no problems paying less for this and feeling I have the same quality, the same exact kind of longevity in my knife edge and my knife blade as far as breaking, chipping, whatever, as I do on the S35VN. I may be wrong, but I think what you're looking at is a situation where your hand's going to run out, your job's going to run out, your arm's going to give up before you can tell the difference in those two steels. Unless you're cutting coffee cups, which we found out the other day is how to dull up your knives really, really nicely. Okay, once again, I think I paid over $800 for this one. This one was right around little 6 something, 650, something like that, in that area. This one, I didn't pay $180 or whatever it's going for on retail, but right now to get one of these, it's going to be right in the $180. If you find it on the secondary market, maybe in the $150, $160 range. And these brand new, unless you go to these folks over here that I'm going to show you in a couple of seconds. Yeah, keep an eye out and use their code. These are like 135-ish. So I think what you're going to get into here is that whole collection versus use thing. Some of these people out there are DEMKO nuts and they want one of everything, and that's me. That's why I have one of everything. I don't think I've ever used this thing for anything more than demonstrating how to cut 550 cord, maybe. I've carried this, but I've never cut a lot with it. I've been using this one a lot. Been carrying this, used it a lot, beat it up last year. Remember? I beat the mess out of this knife. Haven't sent it back. There's no problems with it. I touched up the edge a little bit with the strop. Haven't sharpened that. This one, I think I beat up one of these two last year. Wasn't this one. I think the one I beat up I gave away. And I think I beat up I don't think I beat up one of these yet. Oh, I'm going to have to beat this up. You poor. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. You're going to die. No, that's not the way the song goes. Maybe it's the way Mom sang it to me. Probably. You see my mom stab stuff. Mom, if you're watching, I'm just kidding. Don't hurt me. All right, so I just wanted to go over these all. Great knife. One of the best things about this knife is how fidgety it is. Just awesome one-handed fidgeter. I don't want to fidget too much, but you can grab this thing and just, I'm going to loco my knives. Do y'all remember the loco thing? Where I dinged up my Benchmade? So you can just one hand. You don't even have to use your thumbs. You can just grab that yoke and just snap that thing shut. Snap. Bam. So it's super fidgety, super useful, very strong, and the harder you grip down on that yoke, the stronger that knife gets. So that's pretty cool too. Not that you're going to be able to make it fail without... The only time I made this fail was when I was beating the mess out of it this way and I wasn't grabbing super hard. It shut on me once on the spine whack, and I was spine whacking the mess out of that. Go check out that video. It's like AD-15 torture or AD-15 test that I did. Okay, let me think. What else? Have I missed anything? Just an amazing, amazing knife. Let's see here. Once again, all right, here it is. I'm going to leave this here. I went through the whole cart process over there, and this is what it looks like. So, I'm going to leave the link down there and the coupon code. Go over there and take care of that. Check that out. If this is the way you want to go, that's probably the best deal you're going to find. And just a real quick thing about these folks. They're really good people. If you're looking for awesome customer service, let's just say everything's equal. Price is equal. Everything's equal. Awesome customer service. Good folks. A phone call that will get you to somebody to actually talk to somebody. And so you're helping out a mom and pop type of store. Good customer service. And right now, it looks like it's probably the best deal out there, maybe, that you can find. If not, it might be worth paying a couple bucks more just to have that security of knowing you can call them and ask them about different things. But they're really cool folks. Okay, I think that's it. Check all these out. You really can't go wrong with any of these, especially if you're like a big DEMKO nut. Now, the thing is, you're not going to get a whole lot more out of this one than you are here. I mean, same steel, S35BN. Same kind of feel to it. You could get custom scales done for this to match the smoothness of this G10. So it's just a matter of, do you want to be a collector? Do you want to be a user? And out of these, actually, this is going to be my most used. Even when I had a different one, I was using this the most. I just love carrying this thing. I love using it. It's really strong. It's comfortable. And it's pink. You can't go wrong with that. All right. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you have any of these? Do you have this one? I'd like to hear if you have this one. This one. Of course, I have one more of these. It's DEMKO's DEMKO that I stole from him. That's the Blade Show 2018 story. I can't believe that's 3 years ago. All right, that's it. Enough reminiscing. I'll talk to you later.